I think the advice I would give to incoming freshmen would be to talk to your advisors or counselors in high school about scholarship opportunities, because my counselor in high school was absolutely amazing. She met with every single one of us and talked about scholarship opportunities. And that's how I learned about the Alaska Performance Scholarship and other scholarships, where to find them, how to apply for them. And even if you aren't chosen for the scholarship, because I applied for so many scholarships and I was denied for so many of them, but that experience was just great. It's a great skill to learn to apply, especially later in life when you're applying for jobs. I have always loved reading and books, so it just made sense to me to be an English major because I was thinking, well, I could just read and write all through college. That sounds fantastic. So when I made this decision in my senior year of high school, my peers were telling me it was a ridiculous degree, that why would I even pursue that? And I even had one person tell me, oh, that's a good start. Like, I could do better. But I continued on my path. I knew it was going to be right for me, and I'm really proud to be graduating as an English major. So throughout my years of college, I've been working as a temp at the Fairbanks North Star Borough, and this combined experience over the 4 years allowed me to apply and be accepted into a full-time permanent position after I graduate as an accounting technician in grants. So this career, while it's not technically linked to my English degree, is really interesting, and it utilizes a lot of the skills that I've learned in college. So I'm really excited. I think the professor who played the most significant role in my college career was Sarah Stanley. I first met her my freshman year, my first in-person class ever, and I was in her Writing 111 class, but I didn't have her again because COVID happened and everything was online. So then my first in-person class as a senior was this Women on Trial class, and it's been amazing. It's one of the best classes I've ever taken. And her approach to teaching is just so outside the box and allows for so much creativity from students to be brought into the classroom, which I just love. There's little to no structure. We kind of build the class how us students want it to be, not just here's the syllabus, you're gonna follow it. So I love that. And when I saw that Sarah was teaching this class, I'm like, I have to take it. So the most impactful thing I think she said to me was, after a particularly difficult class, I had shared a story that I've never spoken of with others before. And it was kind of like an emotional class after that. And so Sarah had sent me an email, and the first sentence of her email was, "Your story matters." And that phrase was one that I have never associated with myself. I've never had that resonate with myself personally. And so made me eager to want to write more about that experience. And the power of writing is just so strong, and I want to explore that more through writing. Thanks to her for contacting me, and that was just so impactful. So I have received a scholarship. It was one that I earned while in high school. It's the Alaska Performance Scholarship, or APS, and it greatly impacted my life as it paid for over half of my college tuition, which is huge. And thanks to that scholarship, I didn't have to take out any student loans, and I'm grateful enough to have been able to pay out of pocket for the remaining tuition balance. So without that scholarship, college would have been a huge financial burden, and it was just amazing. That scholarship was just amazing. I think the most significant project I worked on while at UAF was creating this free entry simulation game using Python, which is a coding language. And I worked on this project in my final semester for Women on Trial, of course. So a re-entry simulation is typically an in-person event that is meant to emulate the struggles that people face who are transitioning from prison back into society. So usually this event is held in person, but I wanted to create a digital one, a little bit more accessible for people who maybe don't have the means to do one in person. So it's a text-based video game, so there's no graphics. It's just text, and the user makes choices, which then impacts them as they go through the simulation. And it was really meaningful for me to combine my two interests, writing and coding, because I'm also a computer and information technology minor. So it was really fun to kind of combine my major and minor into one project. And it also showed me how difficult it really is for people who are re-entering society from prison. And I really want to see a change in that. We need more resources for those people. And Well, the scope of the project, it was too large to accomplish in a single semester by myself, but it was a project that challenged me and really allowed me to collaborate with others in the Fairbanks community to make the simulation more realistic. Because Sarah connected me with Lion, which is such an amazing group, so I got to work with some of their members and learn more about their side of things and incorporate it into the project. This is a little random, but a fun fact about me is that I adopted 2 cats, Holly and Margot, and I've leash trained both of them. So they're like my little dogs. It's really funny to me when I tell them, like, you've leash trained cats? It's like, yeah, but if you do it when they're young enough, they really learn to love it. So every summer we go outside on long walks, and it's just as good as having a dog. I think what maybe made me stand out is my work ethic. Like, I'm not a big talker in my classes. I just prefer to listen to others and just write furiously. And I pour 100% of myself in any project I'm assigned, and I think that's reflected in my work. And to stand out as a student, I think work ethic can play a large role in such an achievement, for sure. I think my biggest takeaway from college is the experience doesn't need to be life-changing or like the best 4 years of your life, because everyone is telling me that college is going to be the years of your life. Like, that's it. After that, it's like, it's over, I guess. So I went into college with these expectations, and I just think they're kind of inaccurate. I think college is more of an amazing opportunity to learn about yourself and take classes that interest you most and connect and interact with events on campus and just enjoy the journey. I think that's most important of all.